5 minutes after 7 o'clock in Trinidad and Tobago. So it might be a Monday that feels like a holiday, but it's still business breakfast time on a Monday morning as we once again put the focus on the TIC, the Trade and Investment Convention 2018. Of course, Trinidad and Tobago, a manufacturing giant in the region, and a TIC which comes up from July the 5th. It's just the place to see how diverse and competitive the sector is. Displays and presentations will be there aplenty from members of the TTMA, the Manufacturers Association, at the annual event. And again, it begins on July the 5th, and as we understand it, TV6 Morning Edition will be there for the opening once again, as we've been for the last few years. So one of those exhibiting at TIC, as they would have been for some time, is the company Hadco, that engages in a range of products, and I know them only too well because they're also in the electrical industry, and we have had cause to relate to them as well in the old family business down there in San Juan. They're not too far from that San Juan location, by the way. And we have with us John Hadad, who is a co-CEO of Hadco. Indeed, we were at school together at St. Mary's College, and he is a co-CEO with brothers Robert and Joseph as well. So, morning, John. Good to see you once again. Thanks very much for joining us. How does that work? A co-CEO with 3 people in charge?
Nice, really good for us.
You always have cuss out and thing?
Plenty cuss out. Yeah. As a matter of fact, that's the mantra by which we operate.
Cuss one another? That's the Hadco mantra?
We tend to be a little bit aggressive. But yeah, we work very well together, and we share the leadership role. We started the business together 26 years ago, and it's fair to say that we've all three had our significant input into that business and what we do today. And we share the leadership role, and the company, the organization below us understands who to turn to for what, because sharing could be a little bit confusing, but we get it right. We've gotten it right after 26 years. We didn't get it right initially, but now, you know, within the last 15, 20 years, we've come onto our own in terms of that. Yeah.
And before we talk about the TIC itself and what value you place in the Trade and Investment Convention, Hadco has been branching off into a number of different lines. As I mentioned, electrical supplies is a significant element of it, but you've launched a line now of ice cream products that manufactured locally. Tell us about that.
So, you know, about 3 years ago, when we determined that we had to make a huge shift, we had to disrupt our business. And, you know, disruption is a funny thing to do, because in disrupting your status quo, essentially you enter businesses that have the potential of threatening the existence of the already executed business. So something can replace. So in doing that, it tends to be a little bit precarious if it's not handled very well. But about 3 years ago, we looked at it, we said we had to do this for the future of the business. We couldn't be looking at 30 years in business and doing the same thing the same way, when people are crying for foreign exchange, when distribution seems to be, there will always be distribution, but clearly there was over distribution in Trinidad, and with the forex situation, you know, we felt that we needed to be earning foreign exchange, we need to be selling products that we manufacture, or somehow we have some local input, and we wanted to push in that direction. So we started a manufacturing and recycling division. The existing divisions were electrical and lighting, food and beverage, wine and spirits, logistics and services. And we pushed into manufacturing and recycling by purchasing up a manufacturing recycling plant from Troy Hadad, where we are 75% shareholders with him. We collect waste cooking oil and turn it into a feeder for biofuel. All of that is exported for foreign exchange. And we started the ice cream plant with our co-founder at the ice cream plant, Paul Gabriel. And we started that project about 3 years ago also, from inception to final execution. So the ice cream cones had been around in the business 15 years now. So what we are doing is just formalizing the full product range there, where we don't only produce and sell wafer cones, but we produce and sell sugar and waffle cones. And those 2 products are coming on stream very soon.
And tell us, what has been the response so far to the line that is now out on the market?
We think we've had a tremendous response from the market. We think I mean, I would hate to be blowing our own trumpet, but we think the packaging is very good, very attractive. We think that the way we've put the
product... You can't eat the packaging, it's how the ice cream tastes, that's the thing?
Well, I'll lead in up to that.
Oh, okay, all right.
We think the pricing is good. we think the packaging is good, and we think the product is quite good. It's a value product, and we thought that we wanted to enter the value product range. There was a gaping hole there in the market, and we think we launched a value product that over-delivers relative to the price as well as the packaging.
Let's put it in context now of the TIC, Trade and Investment Convention, gets underway on July the 5th. What value does your company, Hadco, place in the TIC? Well,
TIC has been around for 19 years. That convention is the largest B2B convention in the Caribbean. When you look at that and you look at what they've done in terms of the back-end organization, the ability to link us up with potential buyers and all of the other bells and whistles that the TTMA bring to the table, 19 years of equity in an event like that does a lot of good for people like us who are now coming on and saying, look, our cones are being exported to 12 different countries and have been for the last 15 years. We want to find markets, brand new markets for the ice cream. And it's not necessary to say that the very same customers we have with the cones will buy the ice creams. And we are looking for new people, and we are looking for new people extra-regional. We want to come out of the Caribbean, go into Central America, maybe Africa, other places. Yeah, we're dreaming big, we're looking long. And we think that some of the names we see and some of the countries we see coming there could provide us with a lot of opportunity once we execute well on the B2B side. Then you've got the final 2 days of the convention, which is B2C, where our customers in Trinidad, where our general public can pay $30 or whatever it is, and come into the event. We'll have ice cream and cones there for them. We will be sampling all day long. We want the customers to taste the product that has already been on the shelves, by the way, and we are having a hard time replenishing at the moment because people are seeing a brand new product, they see it at a very good price, it looks attractive, and we think based on the replenishing that people are happy with the quality of the product.
And speaking to some people involved directly at the TTMA over the course of the weekend, they were saying that they were fully subscribed already as far as all their booths are concerned, which does that reinforce the point from your perspective that when there are challenging times with an economy, that an event like TIC is something that a business would want to be part of to stimulate some sort of activity?
Absolutely. You know, people think that when you're in times like this, as we say in Trinidad, when it's banga season, that you sit down, you retreat, and you cut expenses. Well, yeah, you've got to cut expenses in some areas, but the most important thing is to get out in events like this and other events and show your face, show your product, participate where you're going to get your best bang for your buck. I think TIC is one of those events. And not only us at Hadco Group, we are not showcasing these products only, but we are sort of amalgamating it into a pavilion of all of Hadco Group's executions, all the divisions. In a subtle way, we're going to have videos showing of the various divisions. We're going to have a meeting area in the pavilion, and we're going to have some of our other products in food and beverage being sampled all day long. So we're sort of showing people, hey, we in the distribution business also. That's our mainstay right now. But a big part of the booth is going to have this on display. We're going to be scooping this, tasting, and negotiating with people who want to buy this in other countries. And
before we wrap up, John, how would you describe the business environment heading into TIC, of course, but generally talking about the environment as it is with all the foreign exchange challenges, the state of the economy generally? How would you describe the business environment right now from your own perspective?
You want to go into cricket? I could give you a little cricket analogy there.
Go ahead. You go however you want to go with that one.
We are West Indies. We play in Australia right now. Plenty old talk going on the field. Plenty pong-in, you know, trying to bat and focus. And I'm hearing all of this, some of which is right because I'm not performing very well, but I'm keeping my eye on the ball. Us at Hadco, we keep our eye on the ball. We're looking at what's going on, and we're trying to play each ball to its merit. And we're studying what we can do to get to the winning runs. It is in spite of all the bacchanal going on around us.
John, thanks very much for joining us this morning. So clearly we're talking to a cricket man this morning, even with World Cup in season. By the way, you have a team for the World Cup?
I follow all. I don't want to...
Typical businessman, want to keep everybody happy. You don't want to have something like the TIC and somebody turn up and say, you know, I was going to buy a product, but I realized you're supporting the wrong team, so I'm not going to buy from you anymore. So that's how it goes. Joint CEOs, 3 of them. in charge of the organization. They've been around for some 26 years, and as he mentioned, some of their products have already been on the market for some time and getting some good responses, and from what we're hearing, there's some more flavors coming onto the market as well that we look forward to. And indeed, you probably get a lot more information on that, and indeed the sampling, so you might want to slacken your belt for all the sampling of all the ice cream that could follow at TIC from July the 5th at the Center of Excellence. It's coming towards 7:15 in Trinidad and Tobago. We'll take a break and come back right after that.